Randy?
It's obviously a nice way to start. The other side of it is not when you don't come out on the successful side, and we're fortunate that I thought our team put an effort and they put it on the line for us. It's impressive when you can go into the opposition's building and hold them to under 25 shots and score 2 big goals in the third period to eke out a win on the road, and those are the positives, and the players should be rewarded for that.
What did you ask from your group today?
I asked them to skate, to be themselves, to not worry about anything other than what our focus is, and that was the hockey game tonight. To get a decent start. I didn't think we did have we had a decent start, but we made a couple mistakes and they got a goal. But that didn't seem to alter what we were doing. We stayed with our game plan. We played it, and they played hard. And we got a few breaks, and our skilled players scored some goals.
Did you feed off the Mike Brown fight, do you think?
Well, I think Brownie, he's done that for this hockey club on numerous occasions, and I had Mike Brown in Anaheim, so I knew what type of player he is, and he's one of those guys that puts it on the line. And there's lots of guys that went out there tonight and made sacrifices and played better on the defensive side than they have in the last little while, that's for sure.
What was your take on the Monsters play?
Well, I think the goaltender gave us the goaltending that's required to win, and that's what we ask of our goalies. Our goaltenders don't have to win you hockey games; they just have to give you a chance, and that's what I thought he did. He gave us a chance to win, and it's nice to see that he gets it for us.
What did you know about Grabowski before tonight? What did you think of this?
We knew he's a tenacious, small in stature, but a big heart, and he displayed that throughout the hockey game. He goes into those tough areas, and it doesn't matter the size or the will of the other individual. He's going to compete nose to nose, and he wins his share. And if he doesn't win his share, he continues to get back up. He's like the Energizer Bunny; he just keeps going.
That line got more ice than Phil's line. Was that because you were matching lines?
Yeah, it was more of the matching tonight. I just felt that with Grabowski, specifically after they scored the goal off the face-off, I thought Fratton had a good night. I thought Grabowski had another decent night in MacArthur. So I just felt that we'd give those guys an opportunity and read the situation that way. And tonight was their night, and I thought the Steckel line gave us some safe minutes.
Randy,
those are the minutes that go unnoticed when they can go out there and grind and keep the opposition in their own zone.
None of our business if you don't want to share, but it seemed like you talked to the team a bit after the game. Anything?
No, I always do.
Is that right? Okay.
Yeah, I'm one of those guys that I think it's a time after the game for the coach to have an opportunity to display how he felt about the game, set up the schedule for the next couple days or the next day, and I want them to leave the rink to know how I felt about their performance. And sometimes I don't do it, but I would say 95% of the time I go talk to the team.
In general, like riding a bike tonight when you got behind the bench?
I was a little nervous, a little butterflies, a little nervous tension, but I didn't make too many mistakes. I thought, but it's different when you haven't been behind there in 3 months, and it's a new team and only one day with them, the line combinations and that. But we got through it, and they helped me, and the assistants on the bench did a heck of a job. I didn't really have to do much other than try to make sure I had the right people on the ice at the right time.
Will the Leafs be a more physical team under your coaching?
Well, I think that physicality is one part of it that everybody wants to see the hockey club play to a higher level, and I think the tenacity for the puck battles, and the ability to get inside and to compete in those areas, that's what we're looking for. Toughness is described and can be evaluated in many different ways, and we just feel that this group can compete to a higher level, and tonight they proved now they're in trouble. They have to do it every night.
You talked about that Steckel line. What was the reason to get him with Cool and Connell? Size?
Just we felt size and the ability to grind. The one thing that we've asked is of that group specifically, took them aside and talked to them about, hey, we need some safe minutes out of you, we need some grind minutes out of you. You're going to play up, and you're going to get more minutes probably tonight than you've had in a while, but you got to deliver on your end. This is your opportunity. You have a new coach, and his expectations are a little different than the last person, and that's just the difference in the way it is.
How is Brown? He disappeared for a while.
Yeah, he's got a little bit of a stiff neck, so they felt it was best. It was loosened up in between the periods, and then it tightened back up, but I would suspect he'd be okay for Tuesday.
Randy.